Hey everybody, welcome to Potentially Play Good. I've got a few holes for you today from Hemlock Ridge Golf Course in Massachusetts. I'm playing the white tees. That's where my league plays, so this is sort of like a practice round for me. You'll also see I brought my 7-year-old son along with me. He'll show up throughout the video. First hole is a 310-yard downhill par 4, pretty straightforward. And I blast one into the wrong fairway.
Off to the right. It's in the fairway of 9. 70 yards, 52 degree, gotta get it up. No, I gotta do 56. I need to get it up and over.
Future Nate here. I played this hole wrong. Going over the tree here is the hero shot. Tip. You can shoot better scores if you play a little more safely. With a big green and a front flag, I should have gone for the chip in front of the green, this wide open space right here, and then tried to get close enough to make a putt instead of going over the tree. So you can really see how silly that choice is when I step out to see my target. So I made the hero shot over the tree with my 56-degree wedge. Or I didn't. Chunked it right under the ball, but I did get a generous offer from my playing partner.
I'll give you a mulligan. No, it's okay. Thanks, though.
I do appreciate the offer, and maybe I'll take him up on the next one. The shot worked as a layup, though. It gave me this decent shot through a window and over the rock wall. Notice my son over here? I point him out because...
Oh, look out.
Yeah, I hit a chip terribly. Looked like I might have had the ball too far back in my stance, and there's some rock or tree root under my ball. Anyway, Rule 76, no excuses. Play like a champion. Did make it up onto the green, though. Now I've got this 40-ish footer or so for my par. Can you tell we watch lots of golf at TV on our house? My son doesn't quite get what tending the flag means yet, but I cozy one up with a pretty good lag and take my bogey.
How about that? I'll give you.
Hole number 2 you might have seen previously on this channel, link in the description. It's at 382-yard par 4 back up the hill we just came down.
Oh, wow.
And that's the opposite miss from the first hole.
Get in the fairway on one. I don't do a very good job playing from the right fairway today, am I?
So I'm 2 for 2 on hitting the wrong fairway so far. And I'll have to contend with some trees for my second shot. I'm thinking of shooting this window, but...
Just in between. Do you see there's a U shape up there? Yeah. I'm going to aim for that and just get it up there.
Yeah, wherever you hit that.
So just to the right and above is a low U-shaped area that I can go through. The low window was too small, so I'm kind of learning from the first hole. I've got a 52-degree wedge here, not a 56. And right into play.
It's a short shot, but it gets it back in play, and I didn't hurt myself.
I'm just outside 100 yards here. I'm going to go back to my 52, trying to hit one onto the green. Notice my son over here. You didn't think I'd hit it at him twice, did you? Missed the green left, though, but I have a nice lie off to the side. My chip goes off to the right, leaving me some work for bogey. But I drill it. Hole 3 is a 155-yard downhill par 3. You get a quick glimpse of the pin here, but I'm blocking your view of the green, really. As I look at this now, I can see that I'm not aligned very well, and clearly I wasn't. Thankfully, the ball got over the trees and spit out the other side. It's pin high, but way off the green. So I take my 56-degree wedge, just try to chip it in close. And as you can hear, I did. But not quite as close as I thought. Still have about 15 feet or so for my par. I almost gave it too much respect to the right, but I dropped the putt for a par. Hemlock's number 4 is the hardest hole on the course, partly I think because of the in-course out-of-bounds line you can see right here. There's the target, 449 yards away.
Oh, no!
And there's my ball, gone off to the right. I'm not sure the tracer shows just how right I sliced it, so I re-tee with my Vice Pro Plus shade, and I take on the OB and just manage to clear it. So now I've got 7 iron. The miss on this hole is left. Everything off the green right slopes down and away. And that's where I go, because I'm an 18 handicap. It ends up awfully close to this stone wall, but I still have a chip, which I land just on the flat part of the green and rolls onto the green.
Did they get on the green?
It's either a lucky shot or a good shot, depending on your perspective. So I'm left with this lengthy putt, which I can get close for a tap-in, followed by a request from my 7-year-old. Normally, I would keep playing the whites, but when your playing partner is your 7-year-old, and your 7-year-old says, "Daddy, I really want you to tee off from my tees," you do it. Because golf is supposed to be fun. And when you have kids with you, you can make it even more fun. So here I am at the forward tees, making this par 4 291 yards. I'm taking a 5 iron here.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Thanks, buddy. Right down the middle, but this fairway slopes so hard to the left that if you're not right enough, it can roll an awful lot to the left, which leaves me this shot about 100 yards to the flag, coming out much higher than I expected, which then leaves me 70-something yards, which I push a little and almost missed the green. This is, in my opinion, the toughest green on the course to hit and the toughest one to putt on. It's a very big sloping green back to front. I just want to get this one close-ish and...
Go in.
Well, that's better than I could have hoped for. Easy tap in for another bogey. We even talk about how close it was.
7 inches from the pin.
It's about a foot, a little less.
Okay. All right. Beautiful putt.
So go ahead and like this video if you've ever been on a bogey train like this. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We skipped ahead to the 8th hole, which would be our last one. Hemlock is a pretty hilly course, so it's a lot for young legs, especially when you're carrying your own clubs. So we're back to the whites for this par 3, 175 yards. I pull a 7 iron, and just like everything else today, I pushed it to the right. My son was right, though. I could find it. Thank you, Vice Golf Balls. It's about 40 to 50 yards uphill here, but you can see the flag. And again, I hit it just enough to get it onto the flat part of the green, leaving me this long putt to save my par, which I missed to the right for one more bogey. So it's a par and 5 bogeys on the card, or 4 bogeys and a triple if you're not going to take my mulligan on the 4th hole, which is actually just about my handicap. So keep watching as I try to get better and potentially play good.
That was very high.
It's super far.